Yo, what up, everybody? So there's what you say you will do, and then there's what you will do. And there's what you declare to do that's easy for you, and there's what you declare to do that will be hard for you. So I've declared something very hard for me. I said that it will be 6 weeks total, but this would have been 3 weeks ago. I declared I'm gonna run around the island of Kauai. That's 77 miles from road to road. You can't go all the way around because of the Nepali coast. But I'm going road to road, 77 miles, right? And I'm not a runner. I was a runner a long time ago, and up to this point, I've been like not really much of a runner. So I looked that up online, and it said like I want to be I want to train for this, I basically punched in a marathon because you can't really punch in train for an ultra marathon. Nobody really knows what that means. But I need to train for a marathon in 6 weeks, and basically the top caption was, "Don't do it. It's a bad idea. We don't recommend it. You're going to get injured." And I'm like, okay, cool, don't care. And then it said, but if you have to, here's a training protocol that you can do. And so I've been following that training protocol, and I'm telling you right now, I'm 2.5 weeks in, right? I've got the race in less than 4 weeks, and it's not really a race, it's me versus me. I'm racing with myself, and I'm beat. My body's physically beat. My legs hurt because I'm still hitting the gym in the morning. Like, I'm going savage on it. I don't look like an ultra marathon guy. I've got muscles, and I like them, and I'm gonna keep having them. And I'm working on that, and I'm pushing it. But here's the reality. Here's what I want to get to. So like today specifically, when I went on the run, every single step hurt. Every single step pissed me off. And I had to remember, why was I doing this? Why did I make this decision to go after this weird target? No one told me to do it. Nobody made me do it. Nobody's like, hey, Trevor, this is how you're going to be successful in life. But here's what I know. If I don't push myself mentally to a new barrier of threshold, like the new level of who I am, I will get stagnant, and I will become comfortable in the comfort of the current reality, whatever that reality has been. And I've noticed in my life, this has happened at different levels, right? I will be in pressure and stress, and I'll build to a point, and then I will settle in. This is a pattern of mine, and I don't like it, because this is not a pattern of success. This is not a pattern of how I'm supposed to win. This is not a pattern that's going to give me the things that I want out of this existence, which really what I want, my purpose here is just to uncover more and more of what I'm capable of. Like, what is it possible? See, there's what people think is reasonable, and then there's the impossible. There's the outliers. There's the people who do things that you're like, how did they do that? Nobody else could do that. Well, how did they do it? What was special about them? And the more research I've done on this, and more the things that I'm doing that I see that are a part of that outlier group, I'm not special. I don't have any special gift. I don't have a special body that's designed for running. I don't have any of that. But what I do have is the willingness to fight right here and to go after that. So this race the intention was to break my body down to a point at which I wanted to quit more than anything, so that I could come out the other side and not quit and find out, who is that guy? Who's the guy when his back's up against the wall and there's no other options, nowhere else to go? What does he do? How does he show up? What does he have to tell himself? How does he operate? See, and I'm using the body as the vehicle to pull this off. But cool part is that the lessons I've already learned in how tired and fatigued I already am and having to push through just the training to get ready for the race. I'm already seeing this translate over into every other area of my life. It's transferring over into my relationship with my wife, with my daughter, with my son, and specifically it's transferring over to my business. And the money that I'm making, and the moves that I'm making, and my dedication to continue to push forward and to do the things that I need to do. Like, it's not like you learn one lesson in one area of your life and it can't transcend to the rest, because it will every single time if you let it and if you make it. But if you're not putting yourself in positions where you can push yourself mentally, where you're trying to grow and expand to become a better version of you, if you're totally settling for the average on the sedated and the mundane, and you're walking around weak, right? You're walking around a weak human being. If you're doing that, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. You're listening to me and you're like, dude, what is this guy saying? It makes no sense. And I get it. And to the average person, I don't make sense. Many people ask me, I don't understand why you do what you do. And I look at them and I laugh and I said, of course you don't. Of course you don't, because you don't even have a clue what it would be like to push yourself to the next level. You haven't done that ever. Even when you were a kid, you couldn't push yourself to the next level because you were afraid. You were afraid of what would happen. You were afraid of the pain. You would run away from the pain. Like, I love the pain. I've fallen in love with the pain because the pain is growth. And on the other side of the growth, I become who I want to become. I become more. I become a better version of who I am. I become a better father. I become a better husband. I become a better business owner. And I become more and more connected to God. What I know is this 77-mile run that I'm doing on March 1st is going to have significant impact on my relationship with God. Him and I are going to talk for sure. Him and I are going to have a conversation, because in my darkest moment, when the darkness comes and my body wants to be done and my mind wants to be done, the only thing I will be able to rely on is him. And through that, I'm going to receive revelation, inspiration for my own life, which, yeah, guess what? It's going to inspire every other part of my life. Physically, I'll be broken down, but mentally, I will be so on fire that I will become unstoppable. And that's really my theme for this year, is to be unstoppable. And how do I be unstoppable? I have to stop accepting average. I have to stop accepting the status quo. I have to stop accepting that that's just the way it is, and redefining my script of my life. See, this is my Rocky cutscene. This is my cutscene of life. And every single day that I grind, I'm making a better cutscene, so that when you look back and you watch my 30 seconds of my life, it shows you my Rocky cutscene. You're inspired because there's enough content in there and enough things that I've overcome, enough of that you look at it and you're like, man, that's cool, I want to do that. The problem is, in real life, your Rocky cutscene, it doesn't last for 30 seconds. Sometimes it lasts for 5 years. Sometimes it lasts for 10 years. Sometimes it lasts so long that all of you guys, the very thought of dealing and enduring the pain to become this greatness that you sometimes think you could be, the pain is too much, and so you quit. You stop. You stop before the finish line, and you settle for good enough. If you're not pushing yourself, I'm not even sure what you're doing. What's the point? What value are you putting into the world? Like, just to make money? That's your game? You're here to make money? You're here to just like kind of hang out and exist and wait till you die? Right? You're here to just be an average human being that makes average. That's like okay for you? God didn't put you here to be that way. You were not put on this planet to be an average human being. I want you to consider that. Every one of you who's accepted any level of average in your life, you are accepting a lesser version of you than God had planned for you. God put you on this earth as a perfect version of who you are to become the best version of you could be. And then he said, go, you have free will, figure it out. But it's up to you to do the things. It's up to you to identify your weaknesses and to make them strengths. It's up to you to rely on God to help you do that. It's up to you to communicate what path you're supposed to go on. It's up to you. But if you won't choose it, he can't make you choose it, and you will become a version of yourself, whatever version that will be. But there's a version of you that far transcends where you're operating today. I don't care what level you're at. I don't care where you think you are. There's a new level that you can find, a new doorway. It's like walking into a new house, and you're like, oh man, look at all this. Right? You're so comfortable in the house that you're in right now, inside your mind, that you won't let go of that house to go to the new house. And that comes through breaking the barriers inside of your mind. It's all a game inside of here. It's all a game inside of here. So where's that at for you? Take a look at your world, across body, being, balance, and business. Where are you not pushing threshold? Where have you settled in? Where has it just become good enough? Where have you just accepted that this is how it is? And what's one thing you could do about it? What's one level at which you've decided at some point to believe the story that you're supposed to just be average and I should be grateful for what I have? Where's that area? And what's one thing you could do today to grow? What's one thing to do today that could grow your capacity in that area? And do it. It doesn't have to be some big, huge thing. It doesn't have to be a 77-mile run. It could just be as simple as picking up a book and reading something on the subject. It could be listening to a podcast on the subject. It could be writing in your journal about it. It could be giving yourself the expression and the freedom to dream again. I don't know what it is for you, but find it. And do that simple little task about it today. And then, who knows? At some point, you may look back and realize, hey, I'm not actually average. I'm not average because I'm pushing to be the best me I could possibly be. And just so you know, this comment of average has nothing to do with the environment around you. Has nothing to do with having money or not having money. Has nothing to do with the relationships you're in. Has nothing to do with the body that you currently live in. Has everything to do with your current level of where you're at based upon the capacity and the potential that you have. So that's all I got for you. It's your boy Trevor White here. Have a fantastic rest of your day.